Welcome back, folks. This is part 4 of unboxing the Hobbit Escape from Goblin Town miniature wargaming set. This is the terrain you get, which is pretty badass. This is the Goblin platform, the Goblin King platform. As you see in the movies, they do go up a platform. Of course, there's more of this in the movie, and you can get a $80 expansion to this, which expands it further out to make it more like the movies. But this is the whole piece that you get. I thought this was pretty cool. These platforms and bridges, or you can have them as bridges or just things leading up to the platform. Pretty cool. I'm not going to glue them like this because they're interchangeable. You can make it look very different. Right here's part of what could be a bridge or a ramp to the Goblin platform. And as I was saying in the first video, how cool they are. They got a lot of stuff on, bones and door to cover up the space. But these come apart pretty easily. Do recommend getting on the post when you put them on it, because they do kind of wobble. But I'm thinking about actually gluing the posts, because they don't go anywhere else. I thought that you might have to move the posts around, but in seeing how the posts go in, because there's 4 posts to each plank here on the main 2 parts, because this is 2 parts. They hold up pretty good. So I'm thinking about gluing the posts, and when I do that, I'm going to then black mat it, or black finish on it, and then paint them. But yeah, it comes in 6 parts, and you can rearrange them. You can put this over there, or make this a separate and have these 2 going to it. You can do lots of different things to this set. Actually, in the game, the scenarios in the book, you do separate them each by each, and then eventually it goes to this form where you're fighting the Goblin King on this platform. The 3 separate pieces, this is one of them. This is a token, and as you see, it's a pile of weapons. And in one of the scenarios, the dwarves get caught by the goblins and get disarmed, so they have to get to this. And then also another marker, is the baggage marker, which they have to get to also. The third piece, which is the centerpiece of the Goblin platform, is right here. This is what the Goblin King sits on. This is his throne. See, it's a pretty big piece. Nicely detailed. Looks just like the one he sits on in the movie. Goes together pretty good. I do recommend gluing this piece, because it does become of a hassle later on. You will have to use gap filling glue on this. That's also recommended. I use gap filling glue, not zoo, to put this on here. A little side note, I don't know what that is, but there's like a hole, so I'm just going to let your imagination fly of what that pile of whatever is, and the poor goblin that has to empty that, because that's just nasty. I thought that was a cool looking piece. But the Goblin King fits on this throne. He doesn't sit all the way in it, but he sits enough. I'll show you. He kind of sits at a side, just like that. But he sits in there like that, so he can still have him on his throne in the game, just like in the movie. You can reenact that part in the movie. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing. I thought at first he wasn't going to fit, but he fits in. There's actually grooves that it fits in. You can fit in different ways, or fit in that way is actually the best way. It fits in, it doesn't come out well. But yeah, that's the train pieces. Then also this ruler comes in 2 parts, and you can go out to, whoops, and it didn't break, it just popped out. There we go. Comes out to being quite long. I can't ruler, but you can also do angles. I'm trying to get that. You can do angles so you can measure the distances. So if you're doing a wheel turn or turn all the way around, you can turn it pretty well, and it snaps into place. See, just snaps in there. You can fold it up just like this for easy carrying. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, if you need 12 inches, and if you need more, you go, well, need more, just snap it in. That is a really cool ruler design of the game. It does come with 8 dice. I'm kind of going over the dice. You'll need more than this to, well, not this for right now. This game, you don't need more than this, but as you expand on from the basics to magic and all that, you'll need more dice. So I recommend you get a bag of dice or a box of dice. They're pretty cheap. I have quite a few dice that I have. I have like over 30 dice, because you'll need a lot of dice, especially not so much in this game, but playing Warhammer. You'll need, especially on the new rules. But that's another part. So that is the contents. That's the train. Now I'm going to go over the books briefly and kind of show you some cool pictures in that. And then we'll probably wrap our unboxing video on that. And then we'll do probably some scenario battles. Set up the board. I'm going to glue all the planks. I do plan to paint every miniature in this, but we'll see when I get to that. I do want to play some of it and kind of show you the scenarios and do a battle report or two. I do plan to do some battle reports on Lord of the Rings, because I do have some miniatures, quite a few, in fact, of Lord of the Rings. Don't have a lot of, I got this and add a little bit of everything so I could do skirmish battles, but I'm still going to show you some battles between me and hopefully my son will play, or I'll just play and show you kind of the skirmishes myself. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 5 where we go over the books that I came with.